Stop. Just stop for a second. Look at your life right now. Is this it? Is this the version of yourself you dreamed about when you were younger? Because if you're being honest, really honest, something feels off. Something feels stuck. You wake up every morning, go through the same routine, scroll the same feed, feel the same emptiness, and tell yourself, tomorrow, I'll change. But tomorrow never comes. And deep down, you know it. Today, that changes. Here's the truth. Nobody tells you. You are not stuck because of your circumstances. You're not stuck because of your job, your past, your family, or your bank account. You're stuck because you haven't decided, truly decided, who you want to become. Millions of Americans, right now, are living lives that don't belong to them. They're carrying other people's expectations, running on autopilot, drowning in overthinking, and slowly losing themselves to stress, burnout, and self-doubt. If that's you, this video is your wake-up call. Because today, we're talking about 99 ways to redefine yourself. Not tomorrow, not next Monday. Today, everything begins in your mind. Most people go through life reacting. Someone cuts them off in traffic, they react. Their boss criticizes them, they react. Their relationship hits a rough patch, they react. They are living life on defense, and they don't even realize it. Self-awareness is the moment you stop reacting and start choosing. Ask yourself this. What story are you telling yourself every single day? Because your brain believes what you repeat. If you wake up and think, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'll never get ahead, your brain says, got it. I'll prove that right. The first way to redefine yourself is to catch that story. Write it down, look at it, and then ask, is this actually true, or is this just a habit? Here's what most successful people in America understand that others don't. Your mindset is not fixed. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, it grows when you push it. Stop consuming content that makes you feel small. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop waiting to feel ready, because ready is a feeling that comes after you start, not before. You're not your past. You are not your failures. You are not that moment when everything fell apart. You are who you decide to be right now. Now let's talk about something most people are terrified to face: their own emotions. In America today, we live in a culture of suppression. Men are told to toughen up. Women are told they're too emotional. And everyone is told to just keep moving, keep grinding, keep performing. But here's what that does. It builds pressure. And pressure, when it has no release, explodes. Emotional control is not about feeling nothing. It's about feeling everything and still choosing your response. Think about the last time you sent an angry text you regretted, or snapped at someone you love because you were stressed about work, or spiraled into anxiety at 2 a.m. because your brain just wouldn't shut off. That's not weakness. That's what happens when nobody teaches you to regulate your inner world. So here's the shift. Start checking in with yourself. Not just I'm fine. Actually ask, what am I feeling right now? Where is it in my body? What triggered this? Your inner dialogue, that voice in your head, it's either your greatest coach or your worst critic. And you get to decide which one it becomes. Replace, I can't do this, with I haven't figured this out yet. Replace, nobody cares about me, with I am building connections that matter. Replace, I'm failing, with I am learning at a speed that most people never attempt. Words are not just words. They are instructions to your nervous system. Let's get real about discipline, because this is where most people quit before they even begin. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is not waking up at 4 a.m. and suffering through a brutal workout. Discipline, at its core, is simply this: doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. In America, we are surrounded by the greatest distraction machine ever built. Your phone, social media, Netflix. Every single one of these things is engineered, literally engineered, to pull you away from your goals. And you are fighting that every single day. So the question isn't, why don't I have discipline? The question is, what systems am I building that make discipline easier? Small habits compound. You don't get results in a day. You don't save $10,000 overnight. You don't rebuild your confidence in a week, but you do it one rep, $1, one decision at a time. Start with your morning. On your first hour, don't touch your phone. Don't check the news. Do one thing that moves you toward your goal. Then do it again tomorrow and the day after that. That is how identities are built, not in moments, in repetition. Here it is, the part most people skip in their minds because it's too uncomfortable. Your insecurities are running your life, and they have been for years. Fear of rejection is why you don't apply for that job. Fear of failure is why you don't start that business. Fear of judgment is why you stay quiet in rooms where your voice deserves to be heard. Fear of not being enough. That's the big one. That's the one hiding underneath all the others. Here's what I want you to understand. Every person you admire was afraid. Every leader, every entrepreneur, every artist who changed the world was standing in the same place you're standing right now. Terrified, uncertain, doubting themselves. The difference? They moved anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is looking at the fear, acknowledging it, and taking one step forward. What's the one thing in your life you know you need to do, but fear has been stopping you? Name it. Actually say it out loud right now, because the moment you name it, you take away half its power. Now we go deeper, because discipline and habits mean nothing if you're building toward the wrong thing. Purpose is not a destination. It's a direction. So many Americans are chasing success, the house, the car, the title, the followers, and they get there, and they feel nothing because they were living someone else's dream. Your purpose is found at the intersection of what breaks your heart and what you cannot stop thinking about. It lives in the problems you desperately want to solve, in the person you are when you forget to check your phone. Growth means you must be willing to let go of who you were, to become who you need to be. That old version of you, the one who played small, who apologized for existing, who shrank in rooms to make others comfortable. That version served you, but it can't take you where you're going. You have to grieve the old self, and then you have to choose the new one. Let me ask you something. How much longer are you going to wait? How many more Mondays are you going to say, "This is the week I change"? How many more nights are you going to lie awake, knowing that you are capable of so much more, but doing nothing about it? Time is the one resource you cannot earn back. You cannot hustle your way to more hours. You cannot grind your way to more years. Every single day you stay the same is a day you're choosing, actively choosing, to not become who you could be. That's not judgment. That's just math. And somewhere right now, there's a version of you stronger, freer, more alive, waiting on the other side of the decision you keep putting off. You know exactly what that decision is. This is your moment. Not next year. Not after the kids grow up. Not after you lose the weight, or get the promotion, or finally feel ready. Now, you're not defined by what happened to you. You are not defined by your diagnosis, your debt, your divorce, your disappointments. You are defined by what you do with what remains. You decide who you are. You decide what you stand for. You decide how your story ends. Nobody is coming to save you. No app, no book, no guru, no government program is going to hand you the life you want. But you can build it. One decision, one habit, one courageous step at a time. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're not too far gone. You just have to decide. You have to act. You have to change. Today, you heard 99 ways to redefine yourself. But here's the truth. You only need one. One shift. One decision. One action. Self-awareness that breaks the old story. Emotional control that stops the spiral. Discipline that builds the life you want. Courage that moves through the fear. Purpose that makes all of it matter. You can redefine yourself. Not someday. Starting today. The version of you that you've been waiting to become, they're already inside you. They've always been there. It's time to let them out. Right now, before you scroll, before you close this tab, before your brain talks you out of it. Pick one thing from today's video. Just one. And do it today. Write it in the comments below. Tell me, What is the one change you're committing to starting today? I read every single comment. If this video hit different, if something in here lit a fire in you, hit that like button. It helps more people find this message when they need it most. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We drop content like this every single week because your growth matters and you deserve people in your corner who believe in that. This is your time. Don't waste it.